Hello. I know I'm so behind with this mic, but hey, I'm here with a mic. Excited. Anyway, so this will be a filler series for this month because I realized that if I keep coming back here every week, it's going to be very disruptive towards my break. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to just make 4 videos for every week, and that's going to be that starting next week. So, 3 videos, maybe 3 videos, maybe four videos for 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 every week. And I'll come back in February or something, do something else. I don't know. It'll be like we resume timeline. So what do I want to talk about? I'm using a pair of scissors as my mic stand because I'm not gonna get a normal mic. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I never know what I'm going to talk about. I just know my YouTube journey is that I just want to uh, just shoot a video and then upload it. I think that's what I wanted. I never really needed to have like a vision about what's being made. I think like I got inspired with creating YouTube more about creating blogs, creating like vlogs, like creating a documentation of like day to day stuff, which basically what I did last year. So that's basically fulfilled my desire of my 20-year-old something desire to do that because in the past I'm gonna lower the result the exposure anyway, because in the past I used to watch Laguna Beach. If you guys are a millennial, you know what Laguna Beach is. Laguna Beach is basically this reality TV shows about young kids like um Elsie, if you know who Elsie is, or Kristen something, I forgot her name. And it's the start of many reality TV shows. It's just, before Kardashian was on the map, like that's where Laguna Beach started. And I think that's when blog spot or blogger just started back then, like 2006 maybe. So it was around 18 years ago. And I think that's where the start of videos is entering the mainstream on MTV. I don't know kids whether kids are familiar with MTV, but I started my desire of wanting to vlog myself or wanting to shoot and just post. And that's all I wanted to do. I just want to shoot and post. I didn't really want to, like, I do have the desire to create magnificent like filming production, creating storylines and stuff like that. I do have that fantasy. I had the fantasy of writing something and then having that like come to life on screen because I'm such a big supporter of cinema and movies in general. So, like, I fell in love with it when I was like maybe 5 6 years old. um I feel like I did that last year now, and I kind of overdid it, I think, in some ways by documenting it. And I think now the fantasy has been fulfilled and reality has descended to that, even though I managed to do that, all of that, which is, documenting and just shooting and uploading and shooting, uploading. And the reality is result matters, and result is probably a good motivation of moving forward of what you need to, in order for you to feel having a direction basically. Because if you have people, watching a particular thing, and that's basically like overwhelming result, like maybe you need to produce more into that particular type of production, like type of content and stuff. But if nothing of your contents get any kind of response, or overwhelming response, then like, oh, okay, maybe I should stop doing this. And I think that's what I learned from daily vlogging, is that maybe I should not be doing this after the whole year of doing it. And I think like it's easy for no, not easy, it's simple to be successful in, I think, in any kind of things in life. All you have to do is to figure out what the other person want, or what your customer want, or what your clients want, and deliver it to them, right? So that's how you succeed. Like for example, if I know that I can deliver something, and the underlying thing is, and you also want to make it, and I think that's it, right? Like for example, I might be able to create simple cooking videos and that might go well online. Or I'm not great at cooking, but I know, like, if you just make anything about food, usually it will gain a good traction. um, so if it's just for attraction, if it's just for results, I think you can definitely try to get into something that you can do, and your like audience also like it too. So that's the combination to be successful in anything. You just have to be good at something, not excellent, not like the best in the world, but just good at something, and then that's something that people want and have a demand on, and you can supply it and you just meet it, and that's basically how you get some sort of success out of it. But I guess that's not what I want. I guess my want is very selfish. My want is like I want to be successful in doing anything that I want to do, and for it to be successful, I just want things to be effortless, and it's so naive. I am so aware of that, but I feel like that's what I wanted to do, and I realized like, okay, it's not working out. But at least I did it. At least I can find the answer that is not working out, because you can sit around and you can wonder, it's like, oh, I probably can do better than the other person. I probably can be successful if I have the time and energy to do whatever it is that I want. And now I can say to myself, I did it and it wasn't successful, so let's move on. It's more like satisfying that question, basically. Will it work? And I did it and it didn't work. So what are we going to do now? More type of things. But my love about vlogging is definitely still there. It's just the fact that you can just shoot anything. Like right now, 18 years after I had the desire just to shoot and upload, like that was the fantasy. Even as I entered my 30s, I remember like in 2014, I tried to do that, but I think the technology wasn't there yet, because now you can just shoot anything on your mobile phone and just upload it. Basically, that's what I do. You don't need any kind of equipment, you don't need a camera, you don't need anything. All you need to do is just your phone and maybe a lamp. And I got this microphone for $17. You can get it for cheaper. You can get like a very cheap microphone for $5 online, and it will do. You don't even need a microphone. I did my whole vlog last year without a microphone. I just did it on my phone, and I edited on my phone using CapCut. But CapCut now is paid, so I can't use CapCut anymore. Um, but yeah, so that's what I did, and now it's done. I'm not really sure how to move forward, but I think my suggestion is, though, even though something is not successful, it should not be a prevention. It should not be you should not do it. You should still do it, so that at least your brain understands that you have done it. That is not something that you have not yet explored. It's not something that you have not yet taken action towards. It's something you've tried. It's an option that you have taken off the list. And that's important. I think like one of the things that is very good lessons, especially during my art decade, this past 10 years. Also, it's like, this past 10 years, I'm also letting go, creating a graphic and creating art stuff. So it's a lot of things that I'm letting go. It's like I'm letting go a lot of creativity activities that is supposedly financially like to generate financial income, basically. The one thing that I definitely learned from like creating watercolor art or like just art in general is that you definitely need to um, make those shitty arts, or like arts that you don't even consider to be proper arts or even consider to be worthy of being sold to. You just need to make those, and then suddenly you will hit a place, like a mental space where you just feel the flow, and then you start making the things that you actually want. And of course, like it can be responsive towards your audience, it cannot be, so that part you don't have any control over. And you have to accept that too, because there's a lot of arts, for example, in the beginning, especially when I started doing society6.com/ballerine. My shop is still up, by the way. It's just that I'm not going to be adding it as often as I should, because right now I'm hitting the limit of 10,000 artworks, and I keep deleting like hundreds and hundreds of artworks periodically so that I can upload new stuff, because there is a limit of 10,000 artworks. Before I was up until like 11,000 artworks, but because there is a limit now and I had to delete it, like thousands and thousands of my artworks from Society 6 to be able to maintain my shop to be open. But anyway, so one of the things that I learned from there is that, even if you think like your art is shitty, it's still worth putting up, because just because you think your art is shitty doesn't mean other people think your art is shitty. I remember like there's a specific ones in the beginning where I was like, I was even using this paper as a scrap paper so that I can clean my brush. And then I've decided, like, rather than throwing it away, to upload it to my society6.com/Valorine, of course, a plug. Um, because this my channel will always gonna be sponsored by myself. um, and I remember that it was one of the first artwork that I sold. Basically, someone bought it, and I remember like uploading maybe 50 artworks, 50 paintings up to Society 6, and none of them sold. Only this one that I was or that I was using basically as a scrap paper, and I was going to throw it away. But it ended up being sold as one of my first few artworks that I sold. So that was like really a good lesson to learn. It's just because it's not, you don't think it's good doesn't mean other people don't think it's good. And it happened many times afterwards. Like there's a lot of artworks that I felt like so ugly and so, like, like no one's gonna buy that, but it ended up like selling for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And it's just like, I think as a creator of anything, as a creative person, you are not you are not the owners of, don't get me wrong, like you are the copyright owners of all the things that you created, okay? But I feel like you are just a vessel that being used by the source, by God, or by anyone's, just to get it to the right owner or owners, so that they can enjoy the creation that comes through you. It's like you're the birth mother, but you're not necessarily the mother that is going to raise them and to own them and call them like, these are my children. These are all my children. I am the birth mother, but I'm not the one that's going to raise them. It's a bit like that. And right now, I feel like because I'm letting go of my creative activities, I haven't really figured out what I wanted to do yet. And I don't know if I'm going to figure out this year. I don't know, this year might be another oppressive year, and I feel like I'm too afraid to hope basically this year. But that's it for this particular bit, which is like I just want to discuss about what got me going into vlogging, because it's basically that Laguna Beach, like I just wanted to shoot and upload, and the lesson learned from that as well, and just like have a chat about it. So I shall see you in the next video. I'm just gonna keep it like maybe under 15 minutes for each ones. Unless maybe outright with you. I'm doing this so that I don't get demonetized. But yeah, let me know like what do you want to see from 2025, because January is gonna be a filler month, so it's not going to be exciting or anything. But I will still be here, and I will still monitor the comments somewhat. And yeah, if you have an idea of what 2025 should be, I know it's probably not gonna be. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. If you like this, like, subscribe. Go to mysociety6.com/Valerian if you need any gift for anyone. Anyway, bye.